Hardship, and even some hard faith. Difficult experiences she would never, ever forget. Arduous happenings that would change her actions and attitudes towards others forever. And for that, we can all be truly grateful.
No, no, no! No, no, no!
Why?
Have you looked at him?
Often.
And?
He has a great personality.
A possum looks better. And then run over by a horse and wagon looks better.
Really, Grisella? You've seen how many princes from how many kingdoms near and far?
And none is worthy of me.
Surely one?
None!
Audric, whatever can I do?
She's very particular. Your daughter, the princess.
She's exasperating.
With that, I would agree.
Then help me. Tell me, what should I do?
When dealing with the princess, I fear, it would take an advisor far more intelligent than I to be able to tell you what to do.
There must be something I can do.
About what, Your Majesty?
To teach my daughter other people have feelings too. That she simply can't go around telling everyone.
That one is much too fast. He's as round as a tub. That one is too short. He's a round little dumpling.
Oh, I must think.
Do you think he's the first father to ever face such a difficult challenge with his daughter or son?
No.
But what to do to help his daughter? That is the most vexing problem. A problem that many parents try to face for hundreds of years. But try as they might, these many parents couldn't seem to develop an answer. So they told their daughters and sons a story. A story about a king and his daughter. This story was told thousands of times, from parent to child, from generation to generation, for the fun of the story and for the lesson the story taught.
I'm in a story?
A very fine story.
About?
That one is much too pale. He looks like a wall face.
Oh, what?
He looks as if some painter took a brush and whitewashed his whole entire face. He's as white as your shirt. He's wall face.
Not a very nice thing to say.
Truth is not always nice.
But Wallface has feelings. Your remarks can hurt his feelings.
If that's so, if that one can get his feelings hurt just by one word from me, then he shouldn't be coming into this palace hoping to win my hand. I have nothing to do with Wallface. Send him away.
I am getting very tired, Grisella, of bringing princes to our kingdom, our castle, for your consideration, only to hear, "Oh, not him, he's
story I would tell is hundreds of years old.
Then how could it possibly have any bearing on today?
Ah, that's the joys of stories and storytelling. Ancient tales, modern connotations.
What?
Meanings. These ancient tales, told from parent to child over and over again, had a reason for their telling. That reason was a meaning.
Who determines the meaning?
Actually, the one listening to the story. Let me tell you, my king, so you'll better understand. More than 200 years ago, two very learned and quite educated brothers in Germany journeyed throughout their whole of their countries listening to stories. So thrilled were these two brothers with the stories, they wrote these tales and yarns and legends down in a book. And ever since then, these stories have been known by the two brothers who wrote them down. Grimm's Fairy Tales.
Are you telling me I need a Grimm's brother story?
Most definitely.
A story that is hundreds and hundreds of years old?
At its youngest.
So what did I do?
Listen closely, Your Majesty. Perhaps you too will learn from this story.
About me?
About you, Your Highness. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there lived a young princess and a very kindly king. The king's daughter was so beautiful, but so proud and haughty and conceited that none of the princes who came into the palace to ask for her hand in marriage were good enough for her. She only made fun of each one of them.
Did you see the absolute bore my father brought here last Friday?
I saw him, Royal Highness.
So, what did you think of him?
How fortunate you are, Princess.
What? You obviously did not get a good look at that geek. Not only was he a pinhead, but he was so bored, he only opened his mouth when he had nothing to say.
I found him charming.
Only if you've never met anyone else.
But true, Princess, you've met so many.
Like that beanpole 2 days later. He was so tall, he had snow in his hair. We would have string beans for children.
But he was quite handsome, Grisella.
How could I tell? I'd have to climb a ladder to see his waist.
No more! I will listen to your whining no more!
There is no one worthy of me.
Why is it, Grisella, that every time you look into a mirror, you feel you must surely take a vow?
I am my father's daughter.
Royal. Yes, of course. But being royal can give you the privilege of putting everyone else down.
Oh, honestly, father, you live in a dream world. Me, I see things the way they are.
Seeing things is one thing, but seeing people is quite the other. Look beyond appearances, Grisella.
If appearances sicken me, how could I possibly look any further?
Look with your heart, Grisella.
Not another one, father. I can't see any.
Excuse me, the footman at the door said I could enter.
Yes?
Ugh! Ugh! Each and every person who comes into this palace gets uglier and uglier and uglier.
Again, in whose eyes?
Everyone's. I have a question for you. I am a beautiful princess hoping to marry a handsome prince. Do you think he looks handsome? Where are your eyes? Do you think he looks handsome?
Yeah?
Get a life.
Stop!
What?
Stop being so rude!
Who's being rude? I am taking an opinion poll. I'm getting a woman on the street reaction.
Kind sir, I must beg your forgiveness of my daughter.
You should do nothing with the kind, father.
finally dead, but
Try something trampled on by a runaway horse.
That's enough, Priscilla. Your business here?
I have come to meet the princess.
And now that we've met, be gone.
You haven't met. You don't even know his name.
Oh, yes, I do. With a beard, like an old monk. He could only be called Grisly-Beard.
I have come to seek the Princess Priscilla's hand in marriage.
You have got to be kidding.
No, I'm not. I could offer the princess
Nothing. Anyone as ugly as you can offer me.
You have no right to hurt someone else's feelings. And especially much worse. In front of everyone.
When that one comes into this palace as a possible suitor to me, and I have every right to say exactly how I feel. Don't you think I have the right to say how I feel? Yes. Thank you. Don't you think I have the right to say how I feel? Yes. Exactly. No. He's ugly.
I'm sorry for my daughter's very bad and most impolite manners. Believe me, she was brought up better.
I can little help my appearance, Your Majesty. That's what I was born with.
And that's what was born to me.
Everyone, read this.
Need not apply.
I am going to hang this outside the palace door. Now maybe this will give anyone, even thinking of coming here for my hand in marriage, pause. Ugly people need not apply. And that means you.
Two can play this game. The first beggar who knocks at the castle door will marry the princess. What do you think of that?
What?
You have your side, I have mine.
But a beggar?
Not a beggar, Priscilla, but the first beggar. The very first beggar who knocks at the castle door will...
You wouldn't make me.
And with my blessing. Yes.
No.
Forever.
Never.
Absolutely.
Not. But father.
Don't but father me. I am the king of this. This is my command. Let it be known throughout my entire kingdom.
His Majesty the King has proclaimed that the first beggar to knock at the castle doors will wed his daughter, the Princess Grisly-Beard.
you had been treated the way he was treated, what would you have done?
Left.
The entire kingdom, the very first beggar to knock on the castle door, will marry the
Princess.
Nothing happened for the next 2 days. No one came to the castle door other than the usual merchants delivering goods, and the usual nobility petitioning the king. For a brief moment, the princess thought.
He will forget. My father is much too busy with business of the kingdom. He will forget he ever made such a... No one will know.
A young man walks in the forest with his quiver haunting home. He heard a young girl singing and followed the sound below. There he found the
Please don't let him knock on the castle door. What shall I do? Anything, do anything, trip him. Just don't let him knock on the castle door.
wise man said.
It's a beautiful song.
Look at him.
But I can't help falling in love.
Never look back.
But that is more than skin dip, Grisly.
Okay, you marry him.
I've got no money to give to you, beggar. Go away. Come back some other day. In 10 or 15 years. 20. Make that 20 years.
Falling in
No. Please don't knock.
I would like
I'm only a butcher, right? You see, I've got no money.
perhaps a morsel of food then?
I believe it's the cook's day off.
Some water?
The stream behind the castle. Water from there is quite suitable for drinking.
Please, I am hungry. Just anything you can see. I am
Are you somewhere, my daughter?
Yes, there is something I forgot to do at our summer palace.
15 miles from here?
I wish it were 100. Do I hear the king?
I think not. There are many manservants who sound exactly like
Who is this?
the king.
Kind sir, just a coin or a morsel of food. Anything.
What is it you're asking of me?
Please, I haven't eaten in days. I'm just a lowly.
A beggar?
Yes, kind sir.
Kind sir, don't you know who I am?
A manservant who sounds exactly like the king?
He is the king.
Truly, you are a grand gentleman, sir. And I am just a...
Beggar.
So, beggar, you are the first beggar to knock at my castle door.
I am seeking only a coin to fill my pocket, or a mere bit of food to fill my cold and empty stomach. Nothing more.
A coin you shall have. Food you shall have. And something more.
Something more?
Grisella, oh Grisella, my daughter, my princess.
Yes. I
Dun, dun, Let the ceremony begin. Who gives this bride to be married?
Everyone in the kingdom.
What?
But that is not the end of the story. The beggar, now the princess's husband, took his new bride on a long journey.
What a large forest! Whose is this large forest? Remember the one you call Grisly-Beard? Oh, this large forest is his. But it is. Had you married him, then this large forest would be yours.
Next, the couple came to several beautiful meadows, filled with the most handsome of steeds.
Who are these beautiful green meadows? Don't tell me. Like the large forest, Grisly-Beard? Yours, if you had married him. But I just couldn't.
Next, the beggar took his new bride to the entrance of a very large, very beautiful city. Naturally, Grisella asked,
Whose is this noble city? It could have been yours, Grisly-Beard. King Grisly-Beard. Why didn't I marry him? Perhaps because his appearance was so wretched. But then why did you marry me? Need you ask? Actually, it is none of my business. But why should you wish for another husband when you have one?
And finally, the beggar brought his new wife to a very small, very meager home.
Whose is this?
Ours!
This little nothing of a house. It may not be much, but it was built with love. Love is a many splintered thing. Where are our servants? There are none. None? What happened must be done. You will have to do it. Cooking, keeping house,
Making the fire to warm the cottage. Baking bread very early in the morning. Sweeping. Scrubbing. And washing the floor on her hands and knees. Taking care of the few chickens and the skinny goat they had.
here, chick, chick, chick. Here, chick, chick, chick.
And to make certain the newlyweds did not starve, Grisella made and molded clay pots. These she took to the town's market and sold.
Please, kind sirs, gracious ladies, by this most beautiful of pots. This pot will look so well in your home, and this pot will hold most anything you might want to store or keep away from the dampness or rats. Please, kind sirs, gracious ladies.
Is giving a grand ball at the palace. All in his kingdom are invited to attend. Quiet! It's no God entire kingdom. His Majesty the King is giving a grand ball at the palace. All in his kingdom are invited to attend.
A grand ball at the palace? How I wish I could go, but I have no beautiful gowns. Not anymore. I have no fine carriage or sleek steed to take me there. I have only... Oh, why didn't I marry Grisly-Beard? How could I have been so foolish to only look at his face and think the worst of him? How could I? How could I?
For what seemed like hours, Grisella, once so proud, once so haughty, cried. But her own mean words, her own harsh judgments, had reduced her to this. A lonely and very unhappy young lady, wishing for all the world she could now have, which is so cruelly despised, which is so heartlessly put down. She could blame only herself.
My lady,
For me?
from King Grisly-Beard.
From the king? His Royal Highness, King Grisly-Beard, begs the honor of your presence at... I can't.
You can't what?
I can't go to the... I've been so mean, so cruel. I've hurt so many people.
Who?
Most recently, a beggar who became my husband, and before that, a kindly gentleman. I guess he was kindly. I never really took the time to find out. I made such cruel fun of his beard, I called him Grisly-Beard. I've been so foolish, so very foolish.
Yes. You closed yourself off from really getting to know people.
I know.
Like me?
Who are you?
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do.
The beggar? My husband? King Grisly-Beard?
Yes. Queen Grisel.
Yeah!
Imagine such love that would cause King Grisly-Beard to seek the princess's hand by first making his appearance less than he was. And imagine the important lesson Princess Grisela learned, not to judge anyone by the way he or she looks. Guess that's why this story was told and retold again and again for hundreds and hundreds of years. Remember, that person you don't think looks the finest outwardly just might be a prince or a princess down deep inside. So take some time to get to know others. You just might find a treasure trove of friendship when you do. And about these two, as with most stories, now that she has learned her important lesson,